Uh, hey everybody, how you doing? Hope your NFL Sunday was a great one. I have something to share with you. The San Francisco 49ers, as you know, at 8-4, were the pregame favorites to win the NFL game against the Cleveland Browns, right? The contest was of interest to everyone, including you and I, because it was the second start for popular Cleveland Browns quarterback, formerly Colorado Buffalo's quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, the son of Deion Sanders. But does that mean that NFL on Fox, NFL Fox, the Fox NFL Sunday show that has the pregame, had to use an arguably racist depiction of Shedeur Sanders after the game and on social media, specifically Instagram? Because that's what they did, all right? Yep. This is what I happen to see going along in my common duty of looking around social media to get game information and tidbits and everything else. This is what I saw right here. That's Sourdough Sam. Okay, that is Sourdough Sam carrying Shedeur Sanders in one of those gold carts, but Shedeur Sanders is tied up in rope and he's hanging his head in shame or embarrassed, whatever. But he's tied up, bound, 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 bound. All right. I mean, I still can't believe that they actually did this. And you would say, okay, where is the Instagram post where this actually happened? And I would say, well, let me show you because I knew you would ask. And I will share the screen right here. This is the actual Instagram. That's not the post itself. That's an image. But let me go and get the actual image right here. Let's remove that so you can actually see the true image that I'm talking about, and I'll add it to the stage. That's it right there. Okay, that's the actual image. And what you do is you go there, and you can simply, click on it like that, and it has him, as you can see, pushing Shedeur in this. See that? He's like, yeah, okay, and he's pushing him, and then again it starts like this, and it goes back. Okay, there. All right. Well, 26-8. That's the score. That's the score. But why do this to Shedeur? Why show Shedeur Sanders like this? Even the comments on here are reflective of how ridiculous this is. Love the win. I don't care about that. Comes across as a little racy. Multi-million-dollar company can't hire someone to make a graphic without AI. Then there's other comments as well that go further down in this as you scroll down, and multi-billions keep crying about it. AI does better and it's more cost efficient at the cost of creativity and environmental health. Frick bro, multi-billion looks like shit. Hopping on Instagram just to spread your misery. And then it's keep crying. I mean, wow, that's cold Fox. Okay. And it is cold. And it says, y'all ain't never did this to no other quarterback or player, shaking my head. Take this down while you still can, writes Terrence Murphy here on its right. Take this down while you still can. Ain't do this to any other losing QB all season. No, they haven't. Niners fan, but this ain't it. This is a crazy graphic down with AI. And this one, that is racist because it is. It says right there, the kid saying that's racist. It is. It is. And this person says it's the Cleveland Browns. We all expecting Shedeur to throw for 300 yards, catch his own passes, and score all the touchdowns against the San Francisco 49ers. And then AI is fake and everything else. And this one says, I bet there is some historical racial symbolism within this video. Yeah, there is. There is. And it says some of your hoods are showing. Tuck them in well before you go to work tomorrow. And he's referring to references to KKK. All right. And if you want a closer up, this is the closer up view of what they're talking about. All right. This is it. This is it. Look at this. Okay. This is absolutely ridiculous, folks. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous that they would take time to make an image like this that includes Shedeur Sanders. All right. I mean, you want references to show how similar this is, say, to, I mean, other, oh yeah, all other types of depictions of black folks. I mean, all you have to do is go through history and then just type black men, men rope, black, you see image, black men depicted roped, black men depicted roped. Okay, and let me show you what this reads. All right, in this, let me get rid of that, and then I'll show you what the other social media result, or not social media result, but the other result for the search says right here. Okay, of course it doesn't say that. It says remember that, and it says this. Okay, this is the one that's added to the stage, and it reads as follows. It reads as follows: depictions of black men roped have a powerful and painful history, primarily linked to the brutality of slavery and the systemic racial terror of lynching in the United States. These images served to reinforce white supremacy and were used as propaganda to justify violence and suppression. It has a historical and artistic context. Slavery and bondage. In historical illustrations and artwork related to the transatlantic slave trade and plantation life, black individuals are often depicted in chains, shackles, or bound with ropes. These images, some produced by abolitionists to elicit an emotional response, highlighted the physical bondage and suffering inherent in the system of slavery. And this goes to that lynching as racial terror, stereotypes and propaganda. The brute and buck stereotypes portrayed black men as inherently savage and a sexual threat to white women. The narratives that were used to justify lynching as a necessary form of justice. Art and media, such as the film Birth of a Nation. Then there's contemporary relevance, the image of a noose, and so on. You get the idea, all right? And so then the Jim Crow Museum talks about the brute caricature and how black men are portrayed in media. We're talking about a media company, all right, that did this. This is Fox did this, all right? This is Fox falling right in line with racist history, putting this out there for all to see after their broadcast of a 49ers game. This is ridiculous, and whoever did this should be fired. Whoever did this should be fired straight up, which gets to my other concern. Who did do it, all right? And who is it that runs Fox that would be stupid enough to do this, all right? Is it Stephanie Medina? Stephanie Medina of Fox, who is reported to be in charge of social media for Fox? Who is this Stephanie Medina person, all right? Of Fox News. Is she actually still with Fox Sports? Yeah, I found her. Stephanie Medina's Fox Sports, okay? This is her. She's a television director here. Look, this is what I found, okay? She is the television director for Fox, this Stephanie Medina person. And let me go in and show you where she is. I'll share a screen, see her screen regarding Stephanie Medina. That is, all right, boom. That is a page referring to her. That's her in the pink there, okay? And then LinkedIn, this is her LinkedIn right here, okay? And LinkedIn, there she is, all right? Stephanie Medina, all right? Stephanie, what are you doing? Why are you allowing this stuff? She's a director of, I'm not send a note, I'm going to connect, all right? We have three connections, all right? and she's a director of Fox for the last 11 years, Fox Sports. All right. Then she was with NBC Universal and the Tournament of Roses back between 2017 and 2025. All right. So this is the person that should have some idea of what the heck, of why this was done, and and some control over it. This is on her. What this happened on your watch, Stephanie. This happened, Stephanie Medina. This happened on your watch. Shame on you for allowing this. All right. I mean, absolutely. Okay. I mean, I can't believe that anybody professionally wants to be associated with this. All right. Because this came from Fox social media. No question about it. All right. It's right there right now. All you have to do is go to NFL on Fox on Instagram page through, and you'll see it. You'll see it. Okay. You'll see it. This talks about everything that has been wrong with how the media has treated Shedeur Sanders since, well, he started in college. And what this says is that they're afraid of Shedeur. That even though Shedeur was really not really expected to beat the 49ers, actually had a decent game, but he was also in a game plan that didn't really get the best out of him. But still, rather than talk about the Browns or have some guy dressed as a Browns fan or super fan or something like that, and not even in bondage, right? Just have him at a bar, buying drinks for sourdough Sam or something like this. This is wrong. All right, this is completely wrong. Let me show you, folks, how wrong this is when you, in terms of using that imagery, and then compared to what you see in history. All right, let me show you. This is what you'll see in history if you happen to just Google and do a little search and see how black men have been depicted historically, and then understand why it's so wrong. If you don't already, you should know that this is wrong. All right, this is a page from Google. You should know this is wrong. This is echoes of images. These are, if you scroll down, for example, they're actually common pictures of us, people that look like me, and it refers to the sadism of white men. It refers to a lot of stereotypes that nobody wants to be associated with black or white. All right, this is absolutely ridiculous. It's just bad. And when I looked at this, I thought of Kunta Kinte. All right, so let's have a look at Kunta Kinte right here. All right, this is Kunta Kinte as portrayed by LeVar Burton. All right, in chains and rope. All right, look at this bondage, because these are the slave times. All right, this is tearfully awful that you can take this photograph, these photos, and there's very little different between these photos and the one that Fox made, because they did make it, of Shedeur Sanders. All right, that is just absolutely awful. Let's go back here. You see what I'm getting at? There is very little difference between this image and the images of Kunta Kinte or any other slavery images. And not only that, Yosemite Sam stretches back to what, the gold rush age, right? And that, if you look at the timeline, was roughly around the time that slavery was occurring in the South. Okay, so are we saying that Yosemite Sam or Sourdough Sam was also a slave owner? Is that what this says? Okay, Fox on NFL on Fox owes an apology to Shedeur Sanders and everyone. I don't care if they don't think they do, they do. I'm sending this around to as many people in the league I can think of to say, hey, you know what? This is ridiculous. This has got to stop. And this is just plain out stupid. It's wrong. It's stupid. It's racist. It's insulting. It may even in certain areas is definitely a defamation of character. And Shedeur Sanders would have a definite right to file a lawsuit of defamation of character for this sort of thing. This is not funny. This is wrong. Enough is enough, okay? All right? Enough is enough. This isn't the kind of thing that should be done at all. I mean, just straight up, I can't tell you enough how wrong this is. It's not funny. And it's something that should alarm everybody that this is out there and that NFL and Fox put it out there, and that Stephanie Medina, you are responsible for this. This happened on your watch as the head of NFL on Fox. All right? This is your doing. This is your doing. You didn't have to put him in a rope. What are you saying? Are you saying that you're trying to corral who Shedeur is, and by his big ego was controlled and he was put in his place? You made this personal against Shedeur Sanders. For you, it was personal against Shedeur Sanders. All right? Were you behind the collusion that was done to cause Shedeur to fall in the NFL draft? Were you all at NFL and Fox supportive of that? What is it? Did you call the cops and alert the police that Shedeur has a tendency to speed during training camp and thus cause that ticket that was written to him and his girlfriend? All right? Back during the summer? Okay? Of all the people connected with the Browns that speed, during that time, why did you just happen to nail Shedeur? Okay? This opens up a lot of questions that deserve answers, because it's doggone dang out wrong. If you don't think it's doggone dang out wrong, there's something wrong with you. Racism is a mental illness. We have to stop it, and stop it, and stop it. The NFL should not be tied with this. NFL affiliates like NFL and Fox shouldn't be doing this sort of thing. You shouldn't. What would you say to Shedeur if you saw him in the locker room? What would a Fox NFL person say to Shedeur in the locker room? All right? Would you be adult enough to apologize? Because this affects everybody, including everybody that's with NFL and Fox, including people who had nothing directly to do with it. Like my friend Chris Myers, one of the class guys with NFL on Fox. He would be aghast at this. All right? Aghast at this. I know. And I'm going to send it to Chris so he can have a look at it. He would think this was disgusting, because it is disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting, folks. There's no two ways about it. No two ways about it. What was in the mind, Stephanie, what was in your mind when you allowed this? And if you didn't allow it, why would you leave control of such an important part of NFL NFL on Fox, to somebody who would put this stuff out there and hurt your organization? Because that's what it does. It hurts your organization. Is this how you think of black men? That we should be in bounds, in rope, and what, chains? Seriously? This is what you think when you think of Shedeur Sanders, you think of me? Or anybody else who's black? You want to tell that to Myles Garrett, the NFL's best defensive end, right, active? Okay? This is wrong. It is wrong as the day is long. If you don't understand that it's wrong, I am telling you it's wrong, wrong, wrong to do this. It is shameful that you all did this. It's shameful that you all put this out there. And again, I'm saying to you, Stephanie, you've got to, Stephanie, may it real fast. Stephanie Medina, mea culpa, correct this, because it's wrong. All right? It is wrong. Take a look at this, folks, and make absolutely certain, straight out, absolutely certain, that this does not happen again. All right? This isn't a depiction of the... Jed York wouldn't love like this at all. This isn't the way the 49ers are supposed to be depicted. You know Jed York would never green light something like this. You know no one in the 49ers would be stupid enough to put this sort of thing out. All right? All right? Let alone racist. Okay? The 49ers don't roll this way, and to imply that they do is shameful. Absolutely disgusting and shameful. Take action about this. Take action about this. Don't ever let it happen again. It's a stain on the National Football League, and it is a stain on the Cleveland Browns organization, and it's a stain on NFL media and everybody attached to it. Everybody. What you did and what you've done and what you did and what you've done is awful and shameful, and you ought to be ashamed of yourself and fired on top of that, or at least given a good leave of absence, Stephanie, for a while. No, no, we have to draw the line in the sand with this stuff. Enough of it. Enough. And I can't say enough times, but I'm going to cut myself off right now. I made my point. This is terrible stuff, folks, okay? And again, let me tell you something. It's not funny. All right? It's not funny at all. Okay? All right? So don't even think that it is. I'll tell you, even President Trump wouldn't like this one. All right? He would not like Shedeur Sanders depicted in this way. He just would not. Okay? This is not something that you do. At all. No. No. So that ends the stream.